Why is that a threat to the American Heart Association? Why would the American Heart Association threaten the actual medical journal with their publishing of that study if they don't retract it? What's the threat to the American Heart Association if that truth was to get out? The American Heart Association's 90% of all their funding comes from the pharmaceutical industry, the drug makers of high blood pressure drugs and stroke drugs and heart attack drugs. So if the majority of their funding comes to them from high blood pressure drug manufacturers like Merck, Pfizer, and others, of course they're going to see this journal as a threat and this article as a threat, because if people started eating more salt in their diet and they read that study and medical doctors got a hold of that information and that truth, they would start telling their patients to eat more salt. Well, does Pfizer own salt companies? Not that I'm aware of. Does Merck own salt companies? Not that I'm aware of, but even if they did, salt is cheap and it's a natural resource that you can't patent typically, unless you change its formula. So this was the ultimate threat to the American Heart Association. It will reduce sales of high blood pressure medications, stroke medications, and heart disease medications. If the truth gets out that salt in increased amounts than what the governments are telling us will reduce our risk of heart attacks and strokes.
Come at Health now to be part of the future and get your free eye doctor today.